Hello everybody. All right, so there's literally okay, I'm not even joking.
I never saw nothing.
I've never seen, even for me, I thought, okay, maybe that was one too many videos of the newest thing, whatever, but Jesus Christ, come on. How many, no, seriously, be honest right now. Have we ever gotten this much information?
Never.
So, just to explain to the viewers right now, we have a lot of videos, so just in the cards or whatever, I'll just link whatever's the important thing. But we got new information for remake sets, which I want to cover. I'm going to cover stuff that's sparking and other stuff that I missed out on. As well,
There's a campaign.
There's a campaign for drivers. There's a G4 tournament prizes.
There's a Beyblade club.
There's a Beyblade club called Beyblade World. I can't sue because I can't trademark Beyblade World, but I will pretend like it's a fan club on me. That was a joke. Please don't take it seriously. Yeah, we got a lot to go over. Leave a like. I will give updates whenever I can, and I hope to God there's no more news, please. I want to go back to normal uploads, please. So, first going over these new remakes, these are, what do you call it, the V-Series in the old generation. I'm not an old gen expert, I am sorry. Drigger V, Dronzer V, Dragoon V, we already saw in the random booster, came with Sting and Evolution. Dracil Fortress, Dracil Fortress is one that came also in that random booster. Dracil V, and Strata Dragoon V, or Gaia Dragoon. As for the parts on it, I'm trying to really see. If you're an old gen fan, let me know. I think 10, maybe Hurricane, around, and I don't know. I'm trying to think. I was thinking Ratchet maybe, but I don't know. The discs are honestly solid. This is going to be in remake sets. So what this is, so if you don't know, so you know the Metal Fight, if you know the Metal Fight Anniversary sets, and if you know the previous old generation set, what they do is they have this set up a pre-order for a few months ahead of time, and then they release it. No idea what the parts are. I honestly think if the parts are solid, this is actually worth picking up, not just for being an old gen fan, but for being just good parts. But for anyone who actually knows about this generation, extensively, you actually know about it, tell me a little bit about these bays. I actually would love to read the comments. Going over it, we're actually going to go over the bays and everything. So first off, let's go over this lovely lad, which is Hyperion. So going over each of it right now, we have the chip thing, which is Hyperion. And I'm going to try to break it down the best that I can, but this is right spin, if you are wondering. The blue one is left spin. So if you're confused, the blue one is actually left spin, which is sick because that means we have a Pro Tag that has a left spin bay, which is really awesome to see. So with the Hyperion, the chip is just right spin and it just, looks cool. You then after got the ring on it. So what is it? It is Super Hyperion. So wait, Super Hyperion, and then after King Helios, right? Yeah. So then after you got the little ring on it, it's just right spin, large blades. You can just see the whole gimmick on this one is just big blades. It's big and bulky, and that's really it for the little ring part that goes on it. So moving on to the chassis, it is right spin, hits the opponent with some big blades around it, and you're gonna also notice that for the ones that are really built around this system, like with the chassis and whatever, if you look at it, you're gonna notice there's a huge metal ring around it and plastic surrounding it. So I think this will definitely be heavy. It honestly just depends. I think this chassis thing, which is 1A, could honestly rival maybe Perfect Phoenix in weight when you look at the shape of it, because this thing looks heavy. It is an attack type chassis, and then after you got the tip, and the tip for this Hyperion is Exceed, and Exceed is, free spinning guard parts and rampages around, and it is a rubber tip. So that'll be really interesting to see. I would like to give my opinion. I don't know if this tip will be good, because I'm just trying to think, because it's saying it's free spinning and has the guard, but also has rubber on the thing. I just hope it means just it's a rubber guard around on the top. But then there's a big called Shining Out Materials with the part Anchor, and it has a rubber coat around it, and it's just excel with that, and it's just a taller version of it, and I'm not really a fan of it. But it does look really cool. Again, the whole shtick with this, upper attack, strong blades. This is gonna look really cool. This is owned by the younger lad who looks like Volt, but also the fusion of Xander. Wait, I'm just gonna go real quickly to that, which is the young lad right there. Now, moving on, we're gonna go over to the following one. I'm going in whatever order I have. No, Ragnarok case. We've got King Helios. So, this one is a balance type, and the gimmick on this one is actually really, well, this is a good thing too, because I can just talk about the gimmicks and whatever. Chip, left spin, you got the king ring on the thing. So basically, 5 blades that combine for barrage and pairing for defense. You got the 1B chassis. It is dual spin, balance. So you're gonna notice something. Notice the specific phrasing on what type of rotation. So if something's just saying right spin, it's only for right spin, but maybe they'll make chassis that are dual spin, meaning that for bays, maybe like, if maybe Spriggan in the future, whenever they release it as dual spin, maybe that's what it means, like there's a chassis that can work with like dual spin bays. But not just dual spin, first of all, so I don't sound stupid, I mean left and right. It's compatible with both. But you know what I mean, Well, if you don't, I just explained it, so fair enough. It's got, basically, it's got blades also on it, and the new driver, which is Zone. Now I feel a bit of an RIP for Hasbro because you had Wizard Fafnir with Rise, right, in Beyblade Burst Rise, and you had Zone Lunar, and now you have the Zone Tip. So this means we can eventually have, if they don't rename it, Zone Lunar Zone. I'm waiting for that. Hasbro, I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for whatever you're gonna call that one. It is a balance driver, sharp tip that reduces friction with the base stadium, can rapidly accelerate, and is free spinning. I think most of these things are just going to be super aggressive tips. And the one thing I do want to note is when you go to the bottom, because it mentions a, what is it? It's 5 and 10 blade mode, which gives me hell salamander vibe. I don't know why I did that, I'm so sorry. So what it basically says on there, through the translation I was able to do, 5-bladed attack, 10-bladed defense, that's what it says on the thing, and that's what I was able to get the app to translate to. If it's maybe not like that, 5 and 10, right? 5 blades, 10 blades, right? Okay, so moving on, we've got our okay, Ragnarok's actually a little bit easier to explain. Ragnarok right spin. Glide is literally just the gimmick we've seen of Ragnarok, the wings push out. We then after got 1S. 1S basically just has, it just talks about having balance and everything on it. There's a lot of metal on that, Jesus. Then after you got a new disc, which I don't even know how this is supposed to, first of all, it is really confusing to follow along because there are so many parts now. Like, my God, like even for me, who's trying to keep up with this, even I have a hard time. So wheel, it's a disc, it is extremely heavy, and basically, it kind of looks like heavy, but if heavy was like modified a lot. And then after you got the big old meme of TT, Revolve. I do not, first of all, I'm not upset. First, I don't want Revolve Dash. First of all, they're not going to do stamina dash drivers. They did keep dash, but even then, like, it was kind of like keep dash, like, I don't want to, I just wanted a new tip. I didn't really care what it was. Or they could have just done a dash driver for like a bad stamina type tip, like Wedge. Like, I do not like Wedge, I'm sorry. But yeah, again, wings pop out and everything, that's the whole gimmick with Ragnarok. So basically, now we went over basically everything. So to go over on this site, there is a driver campaign, driver get campaign. This is going to be happening right at the launch of Sparking. I'm saying Sparking, the English goes to Super King. So forgive me if I alternate between the two. There is a red hold, a black press, a golden claw, and a sort of dark blue zephyr. I'm only a little bit annoyed these are not dash, zephyr press, I guess, and I guess claw. We could have had zephyr dash and hold dash. It would have been awesome just to see it like that, but whatever. It's campaign, how you get it, you buy these products. These drivers not really that, but 2,000 yen, you spend over 2,000 yen. Thank you very much for correcting me on that. But in terms of like info, it's nothing really that crazy. Like, I mean, like for the stuff, if you're interested in the drivers, but we're actually gonna go over something that's a super, super big thing that I was surprised that they're doing. So if you don't know, in Japan, there is what we like to call a G4 tournament. So a G4 tournament is the most basic level for an event, WBBA store event, right? So as this page, yeah, I like Toys R Us and where else? By the way, that's a Super King, so stop with the argument of Sparking and Super King, they're interchangeable. What? It's in Toys R Us and where else? Or just Toys R Us? Just Toys R Us, right? Okay, so by the way, as I'm sure we can all talk about, it is Sparking, but it also is Super King. It's interchangeable on these things. English keeps on going to Super King, Sparking's actually what they say. So, when you hear it, they're talking about, they're saying Sparking, but Super King is still not wrong if you even say it. I don't even care if people say Super King Bay or Sparking Bay, I literally do not care. It's just silly people think Super King is made up or something, or it doesn't count for anything. So going over it, okay.
For Japan, they did Sparky because it's more appropriate for the language. Sometimes there's no direct translation. That's the problem with a lot of people.
With a lot of things, yeah. So you were saying there's no direct translation, so sometimes meanings can be changed.
Meanings can be changed.
Yeah, but Super King's kind of cool of a name. Well, like both are kind of cool of a names, but both also sound dumb if you want to think about it. But to be honest, like again, does it really matter? Sparking makes sense because it launches Spark. Super King can make sense because it literally is Super King and all the main bladers are returning. And it's like kings or whatever, right? But moving on to the actual event prizes at this, it doesn't really matter what they say for how this works. You can just get this off a bid or whatever. Going over this, all right, peep this out. Extreme Dash Wheel, which is the Ragnarok Disc Golden, and get this, a metal chip core. Like, huh? Are you serious? A metal chip core, hold on. Let me just, oh, it is gonna be like that. All right, let's see if we can just open it like this and we can just view it. Yeah, metal.png. All right, let's peep this out. All right, looking at this, Jesus, already? I would have thought, yo, that's what Voka, people try to get mad on Voka. Didn't Voka say, I swear to God, it said something about a metal thing that was gonna get having a metal chip right away is kind of crazy. I'm sure this tournament's probably gonna be sometime a little bit later after, I don't know when the exact date is, I have to double check, but a metal chip already? They're trying to push really hard, probably so it sells a lot. So, honestly, like, probably for competitive play, it would make sense just to use the thing that has the heavier weight, the metal chip. Like, come on, like, there's metal god chips and whatever. I guess, I don't know, I guess it depends. We gotta see how the system works with everything, but God. Get it? Because Beyblade versus, all right. So, gimmicks were explained, all these prizes, whatever, were explained. I guess, first of all, I love this Extreme Dash. Like, that looks so beautiful. Just the translucent appearance and yellow rubber. The wheel looks nice. Literally just called the wheel. So let me just see when's the date for this that they say. Super King points card. So how does this work? Okay, so you can redeem prizes if you okay, so this is how it works. So I'm sure there's other prizes too that maybe they don't have the image for right now. Doesn't really matter, but I guess you have to get a lot of points, and the more points that you get, the more you can redeem. Okay, so check this out. This is kind of dumb. Why are they doing it like that? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so get this. So this is just like, what was it? It was with GT or whatever, right? Remember when there's Destroy Dash, Black Set, and what was the other thing? I don't remember. Okay, so this is how the distribution works. In May, Extreme Dash will come. The distribution. The metal chip core in June. Which, fair enough. And then after the gold disc only in September, and to be honest, I don't, like for me, logically right, I think it should be the metal chip core that has the most amount of points. Like, I don't know. Doesn't it kind of feel like it make more sense? All right, but that's really, you know, that's kind of it. I already did a breakdown on new animation and everything, but yeah, this is the key visual. You see Louis here, you see Rantaro. Tranjiro is not there. You see Volt, and you see Drum, and you see Aiga. You see Shu there, you see Frida La Jolla, and just going over this. Okay, so you can see the sun graphic on the bottom there. Bro, why is Silas shirtless? Okay, forget that. So we look over, we can see that this gentleman right here, the one who has similar eyes to Luke. Now, by the way, just because someone has a similar design does not mean that they are related to that character. Delta in the manga looks very close to Shu. It is just Hiro Morita's unique style of how he draws the eyes with the circles, right? This is going to be the big bad, this key visual for it. I'm curious if it's going to be keys in the opening of Sparking, but as far as information goes, that is really it. So tell me your thoughts for everything, for all the gimmicks and all that stuff. I'm really curious on your thoughts in the comment section. So thank you all for watching and have an awesome and amazing, amazing Sparking day.